Last year, Mississauga let the Dogs out before losing to Guelph in the OHL final. Drake Gilbert's gang looks ready to repeat in the Eastern Conference. Sullivan. Patrick's putting on quite a performance in year number 4. While this Quincy MD is the Dogs' doctor on defense. However, one could argue Mississauga's MVP is Michael. The 67's are set for another postseason. Tilray's crew solidified a spot with a 5-game winning streak. Carey's had a few tricks up his sleeve lately, 3 to be exact, and Hewlett is red hot. Check this out. Petrozalic is providing plenty to yakab about. So whose bark is as big as its bite? Find out tonight.
The Canadian Hockey League on Rogers Sportsnet.
You're looking at the historic Chateau Laurier Hotel in downtown Ottawa, the site of tonight's matchup between the Ottawa 67's and the Mississauga IceDogs. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Peter Loubardias alongside John Druce. John, 1 week left in the Canadian Hockey League regular season in the OHL. The Eastern Conference race is amazing, and tonight's game could go a long way in deciding positions as we're really now into the stretch run.
This Eastern Conference has been so tight all season long. Mississauga IceDogs is a very important game for them tonight. They're 1 point behind Peterborough. The Petes won their game today, so a win for them would put them back in first place. As for Ottawa, they're in 4th place. They have a playoff position now. They need to fine-tune and keep on playing the way they are playing. They've been red hot.
Greg Gilbert's gang in great position because they're playing their best hockey of the year, unbeaten in 7 entering this affair.
3.8 goals per game for this IceDog team is great, but their biggest asset, their defense. 1.9 goals against has been very good for them in keeping them in every game. The one player that they key on every night, Patrick O'Sullivan. He has been terrific. 88 points this year. He's only 4 points off a career high of 92. He's ready to get rolling and keep on going for the playoffs.
The Ottawa 67's peaking at the right time, too. This is their 3rd home game in as many days, and they've won 5 straight.
It could be key for Mississauga. They may be a tired team playing 3 games in a row, but at home they're very competitive and very tough to play against with 22 wins under their belt.
And one of the reasons they are performing so admirably, Mark Carey, 3 hat tricks in his last 5 games.
He had such a slow start to this season, but 27 goals in his last 36 games. The kid has stepped it up a notch. The veteran is a presence out there game in and game out. He has 2 good line mates that he's playing with in Bickell and Bonello. They've been very good together.
And the 7th round pick of the Buffalo Sabres is not the only player that's lit the lamp 3 times in a game recently.
Chris Hewlett with a hat trick in last night's game. He had 5 points, and he's playing on a line that is fantastic together right now. They have a young winger in Jamie McGinn. He had 2 goals in yesterday's game. Talbot, 4 assists. Chris Hewlett, 5 points. These guys are playing very well together. They're having a lot of chemistry. It's very good for the Ottawa team. They have a lot more depth now with this line going.
And the young man with the chore of trying to shut down the 67's offense, David Shantz. They'll take their chances, and we'll have it for you next.
The Canadian Hockey League on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. By Canada Post, proud sponsor of the Canadian Hockey League. And by Napa. Get the good stuff. For the store near you, call 1-866-GET-NAPA.
Welcome inside the Ottawa Civic Center. Another large crowd on hand to watch their 67's tangle with the Mississauga IceDogs in a battle of teams riding 5-game winning streaks. The starting goaltenders brought to you by ADT, always there. The 18-year-old from Hamilton gets the nod tonight for Mississauga. A 2nd-round pick of the Florida Panthers, David Shantz, in making his first start in the Ottawa net since February the 26th in Erie. Number 1, Anthony Guadagnolo. Our referee is Terry Hobart. The linesman, Peter Coleman and Eric Dagenet. Mississauga leads the season series 2-1. The home team has been victorious in the previous 3 meetings, and we're underway in what is a very critical contest in the Eastern Conference race with a week to go in the regular season. Tom Zanoski, great move. His first opportunity stopped by Guadagnolo.
Good start for Mississauga, getting in on the puck early. Zanoski makes a nice sidestep behind the net to pull the puck around out front and finds himself all alone. Van Herp just misses his man altogether. Zanoski's got all kinds of time to get a good shot early on.
Pachezny redirected by Swift. And Guadagnolo tested very early in place of Danny Bottaccio, who's just been flat out brilliant in the Ottawa net during this 5-game winning streak. Our keys to the game, as always, brought to you by Yamaha, manufacturers of the world's finest recreational vehicles.
For Mississauga, they have to play a physical, high-tempo game. Greg Gilbert likes his team to get out and play a competitive, almost fierce type of style of game. All his players are very gritty. For Ottawa, they have team speed. They have to utilize that speed, their transition game. They have a quick bunch of forwards that can really turn the heat up on the defense for the Mississauga IceDogs. So the one thing Mississauga has to do is make sure they're taking the man and finishing the checks.
Following the whistle, coincidental minor penalties to Jamie Vanderbeeken of the 67's and Tom Zanoski, who had that terrific chance just 12 seconds into this opening frame. Kyle Quincy, one of 2 All-Stars on defense for this Mississauga team. Justin DaCosta, the former Owen Sound attack. Here's a deep. Patrick O'Sullivan, 4th in the league in scoring with 88 points. Had a 13-game point-scoring streak snapped on Friday in the victory 2-1 over the St. Michael's Majors. DaCosta, his wrist shot. Guadagnolo saw it all the way, steered it into the corner. Quincy in behind the net. 4-on-4 very early. DaCosta, nice move. His shot through a screen, redirected just over top of the net. And the IceDogs look like they have some fire in their belly early. Quincy, a good shot from long range, and Guadagnolo with another save.
Well, Anthony Guadagnolo was in the nets first time since February 26, but he's been good in his last 5 starts. 2-2 with a 2.59 goals against and a .926 save percentage. He hasn't seen a lot of action with Bottaccio taking over most of the duties down the stretch, but he's been good when had the opportunity.
Craig Seska, his low drive misses the mark. And the puck belongs to the red-hot Mark Mancari with 3 hat tricks in his last 5 games. The 7th-round selection of the Buffalo Sabres, wearing number 25 for the 67's. Wearing 55 is another All-Star for Mississauga on defense, 20-year-old Anthony Butera. Enjoyed a dynamite campaign. Cody Bass backhands it into the zone. Logan Reed, Brad Stobbins, who was dynamite in last Sunday night's victory over the Kitchener Rangers. And Carey steers it wide of the cage. And Reed will have to regroup at center. 15 seconds remaining in the coincidental penalties to Vanderbeeken and Zanoski. Mississauga has registered the first 4 shots on goal. Brad Bonello enjoying a career year with 60 points. What a day he and his line mates Julian Talbot and Jamie McGinn, or Chris Hewlett and Jamie McGinn, enjoy. Bickell is upended on the play, was Mancari, and he's in all kinds of difficulty. Here's Jordan Owens. Owens with good speed, one-on-one with the Ottawa captain, Will Colbert. Cycling it down low. Owens towards Paul Marchese. Marchese takes a bump. In front of the net for Owens. Attempted a backhander. Spots Michael Swift. Good save, Guadagnolo. And here's Hewlett. A 5-point outing yesterday alongside his line mates, Talbot, who goes to the front of the net. And McGinn, right now, it's Bryan Bickell out there with those 2. Talbot nearly with a great opportunity after the initial shot. Van Herp, long low drive shots, took a peek after the Brody Beard shot, but it's underneath him.
Early on, Mark Mancari was taken down by Anthony Butera in the corner deep in the Mississauga IceDog end. Gets his stick between the legs of Mancari. Goes down awkwardly, not sure exactly what might be, but he did go right directly to the bench and off the ice. Oh. Gutierrez, a small little warrior. He's going to take his man out every time.
And Carey doesn't look like he's in a great deal of difficulty. Butera enjoying that career year this season. Participated in the OHL All-Star game in Owen Sound on the 2nd of February. And I thought he performed very, very well in Mississauga's run last spring to the OHL final when they lost in 4 straight to the Guelph Storm.
Greg Gilbert could not say enough about Butera's leadership in the locker room as well as on the ice. Quite a great acquisition from the Sarnia Sting last year.
Patrick O'Sullivan back out there with John Hekimovic and a youngster, Stefan Legion. Legion's a fine skater. Had a big goal and a victory on Thursday in Peterborough. Hewlett with Talbot and McGinn. They connected for 12 points yesterday, and Shantz had to make a good save.
Well, look at how hot this Ottawa 67's club has been lately. 5 wins, no losses, outscored their opponents 29-13. 67's have players that are stepping up now at the right time of the year. A lot of guys struggled early on, but this stretch run has been so good with key players stepping up.
Legion robbed out of the play by Chris Hewlett, and one more time it's Shantz taking care of it. And Shantz is a very interesting story. He's been relegated to a backup role behind Michael Uzis, who's been dynamite all year long. And Shantz was the guy who led them to that final last year and was also a 2nd-round pick of Florida.
No question about it. Uzis has been very good for this Mississauga IceDogs team. David Shantz stepping up when he has to step up. He's been relegated to a backup role, but when he gets a chance to play, I think it's very important that he has a strong mental attitude. He is a draft pick of the Florida Panthers. He needs to prove that he has that mental stability to take the adversity when it comes.
Let's not kid ourselves. It's been a very tough year for David Shantz. There was all kinds of rumors about him being traded at the deadline. It never materialized, and he came up with a large 26-save effort in a victory 2-1 over St. Mike's on Friday. Uzis is on the sidelines right now. He's not even the backup. He has a bad case of the flu, according to the IceDogs. The puck is swept off O'Sullivan's stick. Patrick O'Sullivan went wide for line mate John Hekimovic, another draft pick of the Florida Panthers. The IceDogs changing, and Gilbert lost an edge behind the net. Vanderbeek and Lucas Peshbar. Peshbar drops it for Vanderbeek, and they fail to make the connection. Played nearly 5 minutes of this opening frame. No goals. In Ottawa's 3rd home game of the weekend. That does not occur a lot in junior hockey. 3-3 does, but not all at home.
And it hasn't seemed to hurt the attendance. This building is packed again.
What a great job Jeff Hunt does here with the 67's, their tremendous owner. Petrozelic ripped wide for Vanderbeek, a former St. Mike's Major, and Sault Ste. Marie Greyhound slides it into the zone. Adam Abraham. You'll be hearing a lot more about him in the years to come as the 17-year-old takes a whack and slides it behind the Ottawa net. And Carey back out there. That's good news. About to accept the puck, stripped by Hekimovic as Cody Bass backhands it deep. Stavitz out of the zone to Bryan Bickell, one of 6 20-goal members of this 67's crew. And Lucas Peshbar is one shy with 19. Joslin for Gilbert, and he'll shovel it right to Shantz. Those 2 players competed for the OHL Stars in this year's Canada-Russia Challenge. Bonello, now the inboards for Bickell, using his big 6'4" frame. The Chicago 2nd rounder is Bryan Bickell. And back comes the speedy David Pachezny. Hekimovic. His shot blocked up by Gilbert, just inside the zone.
Not a lot of sustained pressure at any end of the rink right now, Peter. It's a neutral zone game. Nobody getting in and getting pressure early.
There's the biggest hit of the game as Talbot runs over Brad Snitzinger. And the fans enjoyed that collision. Kyle Quincy, 9th amongst defensemen in scoring. Hooks up with Jordan Owens. Ring Turns it behind the net towards Marquez. Returns the favor and Owens. Swift going to the front of the net. He scored 3 times against Ottawa this year. Wearing number 14 with a puck. Van Herp turns it over. Marchese. Quincy moves in. What a great opportunity. And look at Guadagnolo answering the bell in this opening frame.
Have to be aware of your defenseman jumping down on the play. Kyle Quincy is a very dangerous player for this Mississauga IceDogs team. You cannot let him walk down to the offensive zone to the front of the net and get a clear pass like that. Quincy
was the last cut of Canada's national junior team, and it happened just a day before they made their way to Grand Forks. One of the latest players to ever be released because of an injury. Team Canada wasn't sure about the health of Lethbridge Hurricanes' Brent Seabrook. What a tough pill that was to swallow in Winnipeg. Absolutely. But he handled it with absolute class.
No question about it.
Pass attempt towards O'Sullivan hit the linesman and caused an offside. So far, the star of this show is Anthony Guadagnolo. Let the madness begin. It's the NCAA college basketball tournament. It opens with the 64 versus 65 game on Tuesday, and the field for that fine event is set. And we'll have it all for you right to the championship game of the Final Four right here on Rogers Sportsnet. 7-6 the shots on goal in favor of the visitors from Mississauga, looking to regain top spot in the Eastern Conference. They currently trail Peterborough, who won their game today in Toronto this afternoon.
Greg Gilbert has things figured out as a coach. He knows what it takes to teach young talent. He's taught them how to play defense in their own end of the rink. They're not running around. They're the most efficient when they are in their own end of the ice. And puck possession for them is key because of it.
Ekimovic just fails to hook up with O'Sullivan. An opportunity. Talbot off his stick and just missed. Hewlett spins. And Shantz goes down with a paddle to make the save.
Well, Chris Hewlett, what a tremendous acquisition for this team. Chris Hewlett playing with the Oshawa Generals was a non-factor. This year, since coming over, he's stepped up his game to a whole new level. I didn't think that he had it in him to play this type of hockey, but he's found new life. He's got some terrific line mates right now, and he's just on a roll.
Hewlett came over in a December 2nd trade that saw Peter Simrikalis go the other way. Hewlett maneuvers. Nice stick work to get a fine opportunity away, and then throws a hit. O'Sullivan in the direction of Ekimovic. Ekimovic scored both goals in the win Friday over St. Mike's. And he's been hot as of late. O'Sullivan hooks up with Craig Seska. Slides it back to O'Sullivan in front of the net, broken up by Derek Josman. Seska acquired from Plymouth at the deadline and is guilty in this case of icing. Cody Bass to take the draw against Brad Bonello. Stavitz, and Carey lets it go by. Bonello and Bickell out there along with Man Carey. Stavitz will play it into the corner. Svechina, thanks for Mississauga, along with Cody Bass and Tom Zanowski. Bass participated in the top prospects game in January in Vancouver. Rated number 38 by NHL Central Scouting. A glove pass will blow the blade in.
Cody Bass is a tremendous player for this Mississauga team, killing penalties, running around checking guys, high intensity. He's not the biggest 6 foot, 185 pounds, but he's been producing for this team and ranked 38 overall is very big for this guy. He's shown that he can play at a high competitive level. We saw him in the Russia series, working very hard in the one game that he did play in.
Participated for Canada at the Junior World Cup last August in a gold medal winning effort in the Czech Republic. Cody Bass and the IceDogs deadlocked in the first with Ottawa. The National Lacrosse League returns to Rogers Sportsnet with a doubleheader of sorts. On Sportsnet East and on Sportsnet Ontario, you can see the Toronto Rock taking on Arizona. And on Sportsnet West a little bit later, it's San Jose and the defending NLL champion Calgary Roughnecks. We've played just over 10 minutes of the opening period, no score. Here in Ottawa, the IceDogs and 67's in their fourth and final meeting of the year as they work on some ice in the goal line area and the Mississauga net.
Interestingly enough, Peter, in this building, the Ottawa 67's 15-0-2 against the Mississauga IceDogs. Tremendous record. Tough to play against at home. And again, this year, they're fantastic. 22 wins, 4.2 goals per game, 2.8 against. Compared to the road, it's no comparison. They do have 2 games left again at home with Kingston and Peterborough.
Ryan Kilrea's crew looking to make it 3 home wins in as many days. Against a Mississauga team that's unbeaten in 7. Cody Bass redirected by Zanoski, but the puck failed to make its way through to the net. Lucas Kaspar, good pass. Vander Vieken snaps it and shots in good position.
Vander Vieken getting a good shot. Ryan Kilrea having acquired Vander Vieken, Staubitz, and Jerome from Sault Ste. Marie. He's done a good job putting them into the lineup in a good situation. Vander Vieken playing with Petrozalek and Kaspar, 2 Czech players that are high finesse players. Vander Vieken will go out and bang and get things going for that line.
Kaspar's had a nice weekend with 2 goals and an assist. Vladimir Svechina, a fellow Czech Republic product in his first year for Mississauga. Vander Vieken works one-on-one with DaCosta, lets it go. Sean's a little trouble, but he does dive back on top of it with Petrozalek bearing down, and now Petrozalek involved with Quincy.
This young line with Petrozalek, Kasper, Vander Vieken getting opportunities to score some goals because of their speed. And this is a transition game that was a concern for Greg Gilbert. Getting the puck to the net and then the young speed trying to get in and collect the rebound, gobble it up. Chance does a good job covering the puck up. He knows that this team is very good in front of the net, jumping on rebounds.
Kaspar and Petrozalek both represented the Czech Republic, the gold medal, or at least the bronze medal winning team. They knocked off the United States, Patrick O'Sullivan and company, in the bronze medal game in overtime. Anthony Butera weaves his way to the Ottawa line, takes a large jolt from Nick Van Herk. And the penalties coming up for cross-checking to the Ottawa 67's.
Well, good physical play is what the 67's team needs to establish early. Marchese is going to be throwing the weight around, taking the body on Brody Beard. Little cross check by Bonello behind the play just as he's trying to get away. Jordan Owens goes down hard to the ice. First power play opportunity for this IceDog team.
The IceDogs on the power play ranked 5th in the Ontario League at 21.3, as you see. Ottawa's been good killing off penalties, second best. O'Sullivan, Hekimovic, Zanoski, Abraham, and Pachezny, the Mississauga power play unit. They were 1 for 6 on Friday in the win over St. Mike's. Zanoski, the second leading scorer on this IceDog crew, hooks up with O'Sullivan. His shot off of Colbert, well wide. O'Sullivan will handle. He's the gentleman they want with a puck as often as possible. Although this time he made a bad pass and it allows Talbot to clear it out. He was trying to spring Chris Hewlett loose. Pachezny to an open wing. O'Sullivan scoops it right to Guadagnolo, trying to clear it out. Hit O'Sullivan with it. Pachezny. Quincy returns the favor. O'Sullivan thought about shooting. What a pass to Quincy, the saucer.
That was a saucer, I'd say. What a beautiful pass.
And what a great play by Joslin to pick it off down low and then clear the zone. Hekimovic, hard shot, and he can shoot it. And Guadagnolo with a glove save.
Patrick O'Sullivan showing how much skill that he does have, and he's does it all for this Mississauga IceDogs team. Rates first in every category except game-winning goals. His 30 goals on the year, 20 of his goals are on special teams. 6 shorthanded goals, 14 on the power play.
And wins the draw. Cody Bass tried to maneuver into a good scoring position. Then he pulled down Logan Reed. And the Mississauga IceDog power play is over.
Cody Bass is going to play a strong physical game. He's trying to be first into the corner, gets held up a little bit, so he decides to pull a little bit of the tug in as well on Logan Reed, pulls him down to the ice. 4-on-4 for 28 seconds, and we'll get to see the 67's on their first power play of the game.
Greg Gilbert, he has done a terrific job since taking over. Former head coach of the Calgary Flames. Pretty good player in his day as well.
Tough to play against. He was what you call a gamer.
Jordan Owens in this 4-on-4 situation leaves it for Butera. Content to play it into the corner. The Ottawa penalty is expired, and now the 67's on a power play. However, Swift looking to get a short-handed shot away before he upends Bryan Bickell. Lucas Pachezny, the first-round draft pick of the San Jose Sharks. Bickell trying to get free versus Butera, who gives up quite a bit in size. Gilbert, Staubitz, shoots it, blocked up in front. It's underneath Butera, I think. Actually, it's in the equipment of Bickell. It was hard to tell.
Well, another player that Kilroy did acquire, Brad Staubitz, has been tremendous on this team on the power play. He has 4 goals since being acquired to the 67's, all 4 on the power play. And we did get to see the game-winning goal last week against Kitchener as well, a power play goal.
Has found a home and a new lease on life, coming over in a January 3rd trade along with Jamie Vanderveken from Sault Ste. Marie for Brody Todd and young defenseman Tyson Aitchison. Pachezny intercepted by Michael Swift, and he'll backhand it into. Under a minute to go is O'Sullivan, the league leader in short-handed goals with 6, lurking and nearly stole the puck. Ottawa having some trouble trying to get organized. Adam Abraham hits Bonello, making his way into the bench.
A look at Ottawa, how much depth they have in the scoring department. 6 guys with 20 or more goals, and they have a 7th knocking on the doorstep with 19 and Lucas Casper. This team has a lot of depth, good forwards who can score some goals.
And you know that Brian Kilroy always has a tendency to get his team ready for the postseason.
Both of these teams have stepped things up in the last 10 games. They both have 7 wins in their last 10. They're getting things going, getting ready.
A lot of people think that they could potentially hook up in the Eastern Conference Final. However, they could collide earlier than that, depending on the seedings. Ottawa in the late stages of their first power play of the game. Hewlett down low for Talbot. McGinn parked in front. Part of the big line from yesterday's 8-5 triumph versus Kingston. Ottawa scored 7 third-period goals in that contest.
This is an Ottawa team that has scored 6 or more goals in 4 of the last 5 games.
Talbot, as the penalty to Cody Bass is expired, so both teams killing off the other squad's respective opening power plays. Butera taps it on the end boards for defense partner Craig Seska. Gilbert bouncing puck. Here's Talbot jumping on it towards McGinn. Talbot a wrist shot off the side of the cage. Hewlett towards McGinn, blocked by Butera. And Hekamovic clears it down the ice.
Good job by Butera to get some body in front of that pass.
Julian Talbot coming off a 4-assist effort yesterday. No goals in this game. The Toronto Blue Jays season opener. We'll have it for you from Tampa Bay, April 4th. The Jays on Rogers Sportsnet will bring you 103 Blue Jay baseball games this season with our new play-by-play man, Jamie Campbell. Looking forward to that. Talbot, McGinn, and Hewlett looking to rediscover yesterday afternoon's magic, and a good opportunity for the captain, Will Colbert, stopped by shots. 11-11, the shots on goal. McGinn with his first ever 2-goal outing in the Ontario Hockey League yesterday. He has his 8 of 11 goals in recent games. 8 of his 9 in his last 11, and he's upended, and it's going to result in another Mississauga penalty.
It'll be a tripping call. Terry Hobart's calling a tripping on this IceDogs squad. Good work getting in hard on the puck. Jamie McGinn, DaCosta's going to the penalty box. Couldn't keep up with the speedy McGinn.
Ottawa did not manage a shot on goal in their first crack on the power play. Bonello. Colbert, he'll shoot it. Stick broken, loose puck. Belongs to Bonello. Butera upended by Markman Carey's puck in the zone. O'Sullivan in search of a new stick. Blocked the shot and busted the one that he had. A glove pass and a face-off will come outside the IceDogs line.
Ottawa's going to have to be aware of Patrick O'Sullivan on the ice. He does have 6 shorthanded goals on the season. Talk to him about why he maybe has that many shorthanded goals. When you play on the power play all your life, you know what the guys are looking for and the plays are looking to make. He just anticipates a lot better than some guys that are just pure penalty killers.
In quite an interesting conversation at the bench with Greg Gilbert, chatting about how they want to try and kill things off. There is Patrick O'Sullivan, been red hot as of late. Had a tough time on Friday night. Took a game misconduct for a checking from behind penalty on Scott Lehman, and that snapped his 13-game point-scoring streak. Cody Bass, not surprised to see him on the ice, one of the best penalty killers in the Ontario Hockey League, even though he's in just his second year. Michael Swift fires it off the boards the length of the ice. Colbert on the ice with Cashbar, Bickell, Mancari, and Brad Bonello. Former Erie Otter and Peterborough Pete clears it in. Bonello. Cashbar lets it go, scores! Hit a stick, and I don't think David Schatz ever saw it.
Cashbar has been good the last 3 games now. Points in the last 3 games. A simple wrist shot to the net is all it takes. He's on the point manning this power play. Traffic out front. Chance does not have any idea where the puck is. There's 2 men standing in front of him. Big men as that. Bryan Bickell doing a terrific job with traffic in front. Wrist shot to the net. Chance has no idea.
Right off the stick of number 6, Justin DaCosta. And Lucas Cashbar has joined the Ottawa 67's 20-goal club. He becomes member number 7 in the first-round selection of the Sharks. Has Ottawa on the board first. Power play goal. Nick Van Herten trying to get away from the forechecking of Paul Marchese. Gianluca Caputi right through the crease. Another youngster on this Mississauga team. As Ottawa relieves the pressure.
Well, for Casper, that's 4 points in his last 3 games played. He didn't have a point in his previous 7 games. He was very, very quiet. He seems to have awoken as well with the rest of the team.
Well, they've made the announcement, and apparently it didn't go off a DaCosta stick. They're crediting the goal to Markman Carey, and the way he's been finding the net lately, that should come as no surprise. His 36th of the year. O'Sullivan a shot. Blocker down by Guadagnolo. And Carey with hat tricks in 3 of his last 5 outings. And cannot wait to get another look at the game's opening goal. Cashbar and Bonello draw the assists at 16-14. I thought that went off DaCosta's stick.
There's a lot of traffic out front of the net. It's very difficult to see.
You get a little older, the eyes don't work as well as they once did. DaCosta swept at it, and it just makes its way across the line.
Well, let's take another look at it from up top. Traffic will be in front of the net. Mancari coming in off the right-hand side. Maybe just hit his stick. He had one hand on his stick at that time, I think.
And now he goes over and talks to the referee. I have no idea if that has anything to do with the icing decision or the goal. I'm guessing it might not have anything to do with the goal. They'll probably take it. Zanoski off the boards, lost his balance. Here's a race. Pachezny holding up Bryan Bickell, and shots comes way out of the net, and there's another penalty. This one will be for interference.
An interference call. Bickell doing a good job putting pressure on this Ice Dog defense. Pressure down ice, forechecking. They're trying to hold Bickell up, and he's big, strong, power forward. And when he's moving, coming in on you, it's very difficult to slow that man down. 6'4", 215 pounds. It takes two of them to slow him down.
David Pachezny acquired in a blockbuster deal October 19th from Sarnia, along with John Hekamovic and Daniel Carcillo, who's been suspended a lot this season. Carcillo will return to the Ice Dogs. He's been reinstated recently by David Branch for the opening of the playoffs. Hard shot by Staubitz, a wrister. Petrozalik blocked up by Kyle Quincy. Gilbert, great pass for Kaspar, and an excellent stop by Shantz, his best of the opening period.
That's a beautiful pass by Gilbert. Looking at the seam, getting it quickly, but the one-timer, what was impressive on that shot.
Butera looking for time and space, helped out by Quincy, and he makes no mistake, clearing it down the ice. Ottawa on the power play. They have a power play goal that opened the scoring, credited to Mark Mancari, his 36th of the season. Staubitz. Julian Talbot towards McGinn. That nearly worked. Hit Abraham's skate. Gilbert snaps it. It hit shots through a lot of traffic. Kaspar. Cross ice. Great pass. Talbot failed to pull the trigger.
Now that was a seam pass that I did not expect. Did he ever snap that across? No wonder Talbot had trouble handling that puck as Kaspar zipped it across so quickly. Ottawa's doing a good job working the puck around the outside. Gilbert will get it down to Kaspar. Kaspar doesn't stand still. He moves his feet, draws a man towards him, and zips it across very hard to Talbot. It's hard to control a pass coming that quick.
Kaspar showed us the last two Sundays, John, why he is an NHL first-round pick.
Well, to be drafted 22nd overall, he has to have the skills and potential. One of the things about Kaspar that was a concern, maybe his inconsistency, maybe not willing to take hits along the boards to get the puck out. But when he's producing point-wise, he's a valuable member of the team. If he doesn't contribute in that department, then he lacks in a lot of other departments.
Two-time member of the Czech national junior team and will likely be in Vancouver next year as well. Less than a minute to go in the opening period. Talbot collects it. Tied a career high with 4 assists yesterday. And the 8-5 triumph over Kingston. Out there with his line mates McGinn and Chris Hewlett. Quincy with some room, and he sends it the distance. Guadagnolo really answering the bell in this opening period. He's made 12 saves, and 28 shots on goal in this opening frame.
He's been good all season long for this team. Definitely a rookie, but not necessarily a backup most of the year.
Penalty over to Pachezny as the buzzer goes to bring an end to the opening 20 minutes.
A good, tight first period of hockey. Ottawa 67's have seemed to pick their speed up a little bit as the game has progressed with some power play opportunities. They're getting some chances.
Patrick O'Sullivan's squad trails, and we will take a feature look at the 4th leading scorer in the OHL coming into this Sunday. Mr. Druce spent some time with him on the ice. That and a whole lot more. One goal does not belong to the Ice Dogs, scored by Mark Mancari.
This is a Sportsnet News Update.
Hi, everybody. I'm Darren Dreger in the Sportsnet News studio. Mike Toth and I have the keys to this network's Cadillac tonight, so only God knows where we're headed or where we'll take you. But we're going to start with a trip to Palm Beach, Florida. Palm Beach Gardens is home to the Honda Classic final round. This place is home to the rich and famous as well. Padraig Harrington from the Republic of Ireland making a move at the par 4 10th. He's a big fan of the Bermuda, so he's pinching that wedge in snug. Sets up his 7th birdie of the day to move to 12 under. More from Harrington on the 13th. This one is long distance. In fact, he gets it to go to finish at 14 under. What about VJ? What's a tournament these days without VJ? Started the day 6 shots back, hits the long birdie to finish at 14 under. Brett Wetterick, ever hear of him? Co-leader to start the day. Chip shot, comes up short, rolls back down to the hill, never good. Triple bogey is the answer to finish at 11 under. Joe Ogilvie on 17. This is how you do it. He makes birdie to tie for the lead at 14 under. Skip ahead to the 18th. Ogilvie one more time for the win. Does he have enough? In fact, it was wide left. He stays at 14 under, and he's off to a playoff. First playoff hole, Ogilvie clearly in distress. Chipping for par, not so much. He's out. Second playoff hole, Padraig Harrington. The par putt is good. That's how you stay alive. What about VJ? 5-1. Career in playoff time. Are you kidding me? Speaking of career time, his may never be the same. Harrington is shocked. He wins the Honda Classic. We'll have more on that coming up on Sportsnet News at 10 Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. Bragging rights of the Brier. There's a battle at Air Canada Centre in the NBA, and it is Selection Sunday for the NCAA.
Our final regular season matchup comes your way next Sunday night when Patrick O'Sullivan and the Mississauga IceDogs meet up with Mike Foligno's Sudbury Wolves. There is little doubt that Patrick O'Sullivan has enjoyed a tremendous amount of success in his 4 years in the Canadian Hockey League. A matter of fact, the second-round draft pick of the Minnesota Wild has been a 3-time member of the United States national junior team. Well, my partner in the broadcast booth was a pretty good junior player in his own right and a pretty good NHLer, and John Druce had an opportunity recently to spend some time with Mississauga's number 89.
At age 16, I'd already played junior for 3 years, so I thought it was time to, maybe take a jump to a higher level. And I talked to Don Cherry about coming here, and he wanted to draft me, so I made that decision.
So you made your decision, forget about college. Don Cherry's wanting you to come play here in Mississauga. All of a sudden you're a first overall pick, okay, and you're coming to a league that you really didn't know a lot about. And you come into this league, and your first year here, it really wasn't a great year for the team. You guys only had 11 wins.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, you know what? It was a lot of fun that first year. I mean, certainly, we didn't win many games, but slowly but surely our team improved. And being 16 years old, and it's a big jump up from Tier 2 or Junior B, or for some kids, Bantam or midget. So I really tried to just learn as much as I could that year, and our team didn't do that well, but I improved.
Well, you yourself, you had a great year. 92 points as a rookie. CHL Rookie of the Year. The only thing I can look at that maybe, the 11 wins that the team had, the team struggled, and a minus 43 for you.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question. As a goal scorer and a guy who gets a lot of points, is it something that maybe you didn't know how to play defense very well, or is it something you just said, you know what, I'm not even going to think about playing defense, I just want to go get points?
Well, you know what, that first year, our team wasn't very good, and I played a lot, and it's one of those things that I was on for every goal, pretty much. Every goal my team scored, and every goal the other team scored. But certainly I had a lot to learn my first year, and I've come a long way defensively, and certainly that's something that I have improved on in my career so far.
Last year, did you guys ever think that you would make it to the Ontario Hockey League Finals after the first couple seasons that you had here?
No, I mean it was hard to believe. I mean, even during that run myself, I mean, seeing this organization go from point A to point B, and I've been here through that whole process, and it's really special. I'm really proud that I was still here, and I stuck through those hard times, and to see this organization have success, and for the fans too. I mean, You know, they waited a long time for that. 4 or 5 years they're not winning and not making the playoffs. But you know, when you have success last year and we're a good team there, you know, again this year. So when you see it like that, it all seems worth it.
One-on-one, when you sit down with Greg Gilbert, what is it that he wants Patrick O'Sullivan to do? You know, you wear the C on the team. He came in from day one, saw a certain Patrick O'Sullivan. When he came in, what did he come to you and say, this is what I want from you?
Well, you know, he saw the potential that I had, and you know, he's one of those coaches that wants to get the most out of his players, and you know, he just wanted me to compete every night and really, you know, really try and dictate the game and make the other team, you know, try and have to handle me. You know what I mean? And really dictate the pace and just lead this team. And you know, he's really helped me understand the way the game's played, and you know, he's definitely been good for me.
All right, let's play a game of post.
Okay.
You're not nervous, are you?
No.
All right,
that was inside, I think.
Was it inside? Yeah. All right. I've got that low wide shot down pat. All right, now he's kicking my butt. Now he's kicking my butt. No. All right, okay, now I'm going to bear down, okay? Here we go. Ah. Oh. I'm gonna get a post one of these times.
There it is.
All right, did you see that?
Patrick O'Sullivan, of course. That's why he's.
Sullivan may have posterized my partner, but his Ice Dogs trailed the 67's after one. Play of the first period brought to you by Easton Sports, where players actually have a choice. They overwhelmingly choose Easton.
First goal of the game for the Ottawa 67's, a power play goal. It looks like Lucas Casper would be credited for this 20th goal of the year. Mark Mancarey comes in from the side, hits his stick. Mancarey with his 36th of the year. The 67's are ahead by 1. We'll be right back for the second.
The Canadian Hockey League on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by ADT. Always there.
Welcome back. Another great crowd on hand at the Ottawa Civic Center. We're through one period. Their hometown team leads 1-0. And the first period scoring summary brought to you by Speedy Glass. The trusted name for auto and residential glass, Speedy Glass. Priced right, done right.
Mark Mancarey with his 36th goal of the year, 3rd goal against Mississauga IceDogs this season, puts them up by 1 to start the second period.
And the goaltenders were both busy. 28 shots on goal registered in period number 1. Lucas Kaspar with points in all 3 games this weekend. Drew an assist on the Mancarey goal on the ice with line mates Jamie Vanderveken and Jakub Petrzelek. It's Owens, Marchese, and Michael Swift for Mississauga. Swift kicks it to Jordan Owens. Back to Swift, and it was blocked up by Petrzelek, who starts the other way. Jakub Petrzelek, the 9th round selection of the New York Rangers. Jordan Owens, his pass gobbled up by Vanderveken. And he hands it right back. Paul Marchese drops it off, just fails to find Abraham. 2-on-1 the other way. Going to the net, Vanderveken, and Shantz came across very nicely to make the save.
And this is where this team is dangerous. Their transition game in the neutral zone. The 67's will pick up a loose puck quickly. 3 guys coming hard, getting to the net. Talbot gets it over to Kaspar, or to Vanderveken, sorry, at the last second. Good save by Shantz to come across. You know, Shantz not doing anything extra, just coming across quiet and square to the puck.
Good recovery by Abraham as well to get his stick involved on Vanderveken. Icing the call, just 1:01 into period number 2.
Well, for David Shantz, he has been very good already in this game. That is just to show the skill that Shantz has. One of the things the scouts did like when he was playing in the top prospect game is how well he came across and covered the low with butterfly style of game. And it was a perfect example on that last shot. He doesn't give you too much. He doesn't do any extra moves at all.
Logan Reed, and shots right in proper position.
He's been 2-0-1 in his last 3 games with 1.62 goals against, a .949 save percentage for David Shantz. He's been terrific when he's been in the net. He's had a rough year being a backup most of the season, but he performs pretty well when he does get a chance.
And no one expected that after the great season he enjoyed last year. But Michael Uzis, who was acquired in a trade early in the season from St. Mike's, has been splendid. Nice pass. Cody Bass to Gianluca Caputi, and Guadagnolo with a great save, and Guadagnolo is shaken up.
Traffic going to the net. And I don't know who took down Guadagnolo. I didn't see anybody run him per se, but it was just a great 2-on-1 by Cody Bass, getting it over to Caputi. Bass will draw a defender towards him. He's got 2 guys stuck to him while Luca comes in all alone. Guadagnolo comes across to make the save. You can see that the leg of Caputi will hit the shoulder. Guadagnolo will knock him down to the ice.
Guadagnolo being attended to and looks to be all right as he has turned aside all 14 shots that he's faced. And Gianluca Caputi with an excellent opportunity. And Guadagnolo making his first start since a loss to the Erie Otters in Erie back on February the 26th. Makes an excellent stop to keep his team in front, 1-0.
I was impressed with Cody Bass carrying that puck, lugging the mail, 2 guys drawn to him, and then chipping the puck over to his teammate. Good, solid hockey.
Guadagnolo attempting to shake out that left shoulder by the looks of things. Bass wins the draw. Kyle Quincy, shot by Zanoski off the stick of Vanello, and that's no trouble on this occasion for Guadagnolo.
Zanoski was taken down hard after he got that shot from Elgin Reed. Reed went to his man, finished the check on him, took him down hard to the ice.
Bass, Zanoski, and Caputi countered by Vanello, and carry the game's goal getter and Bryan Bickell. Justin DaCosta. Sorry, John.
Zanoski and Reed again were in the corner. Again, that chipping away at each other, little hacks and whacks. Those one-on-one wars that happened during the game.
Cody Bass, one hand on the stick, trying to sweep it in front. And it roll out the toe of the blade. Zanoski on the cycle with Bass. Bass comes away with it, gobbled up by Reed, but Caputi will spin and fire it well wide of the target. And Carey chips it past Quincy down into the IceDogs zone. Kyle Quincy, an all-star on defense for this Mississauga squad. A 4th-round pick of the Detroit Red Wings. Here comes Derek Johnson. Broken up by Quincy, and Carey lets it go, and ouch. That stung Quincy. Did it ever?
Got him right between the legs as that puck went through.
He remains on the ice as Craig Sescon will bank it off the boards and in. Quincy happy to make his way to the IceDogs bench. Diving after the puck was Bickell, and look out. That is a heavy collision on the end boards as Bickell looking for a penalty from referee Terry Holbert.
Now Quincy will come out to try to take a shot away at the blue line. It'll go between his legs. Can't tell exactly if it hit an ankle or exactly where it hit, but he was in a lot of pain for that split second. It's that shock factor.
I wouldn't even want to guess. Butera takes a bump to make the play for David Pachezny, the former member of the Sarnia Sting. Here's O'Sullivan with Hekamovic going to the net. O'Sullivan and Hekamovic to the front, but Gilbert was there. Chris Hewlett, backhander for Talbot, look out. Pachezny trying to catch him with his head down a little bit, but Hewlett avoided the collision. Butera flips it to the neutral zone. Stefan Legion, upended by Colbert. Jamie McGinn, another 16-year-old. What a pass, one-handed for Hewlett. He can shoot it, we know that. Does so, no trouble for shots. Gilbert, an opportunity redirected by Hewlett over top of the net. 1-0. Ottawa leads on a first period power play goal by Mark Mancari, his 36th of the season and 3rd of the year versus Mississauga. Adam Abraham. Justin DaCosta. He'll ring it in. Hekamovic in the corner, backhands it towards O'Sullivan. Such a great passer. Snetzinger returns the favor. O'Sullivan backside of the net. Hekamovic. The Ice Dogs with some pressure on. Pat Ouellette battling Hekamovic. Gilbert to help up. O'Sullivan, can he work his way free? Nice work by Ouellette defensively. Held in. Shot blocked up in front, and Guadagnolo dives on top of it.
Well, let's talk one of the red-hot players for this Ottawa 67's team. Chris Hewlett was fantastic this year. He has 67 points. In his first 3 seasons, he only tallied 65 points. 29 goals on the year. He's really had the transition. In his first 9 games with the 67, he had 15 points this year. Just turn the switch.
New lease on life in the nation's capital for Chris Hewlett. Nick Van Herp, a former member of the Ice Dogs, turns it over. Jordan Owens went for the far side and missed. Great opportunity for Owens. Cash bar. Petrozalek, great work to pick it up in his skates and transferred. Vanderbeek a lot on it. Shots just enough. Wraparound try. DaCosta there. Cash bar will let it go. It's blocked as well. Snetzinger, can he clear it? Yes, he does. Owens and Michael Swift. Swift lets it go. A wrister and then a little extra for Guadagnolo, and Petrozalek will come over to say hello to Swift.
Guadagnolo not happy at all about that extra whack by Swift off the first initial shot. Owens will walk out of the corner early on. A good job by Snetzinger, giving a little bit of a tug to Van Herp, pulls him off the puck, allows Owens to walk right out. He has Swift alone, hoping the goaltender will cheat a little bit. He tries to shoot it himself, doesn't execute.
Jordan Owens does have a goal this season against the Ottawa 67's. Scored it in this building in a 5-2 loss on February the 11th. Redirected, Guadagnolo again.
Jordan Owens, it was a nice opportunity to walk out. He struggled, no points in his last 10 games. 23 on the year. He has the ability to put some points up on the board. When you get an opportunity like that, sometimes you bear down if you haven't had points in a while.
He got off to an excellent start. 8 of those points came early in the month of October. Has good skills. Staubitz clears it, not out. Cody Bass held it in for Zanoski, fanned on a shot. Quincy, good feed down low. Caputi trying to go cross crease, and then Zanoski almost hit a redirect off his shin guard into the goal. They blow it down. Is in behind the play. Zanoski staring at Staubitz, and that won't go any farther.
Not at all. Staubitz turned the puck over from his own end of the ice. He'll try to clear it out. Cody Bass in the right position, keeps the puck in, gets it to Zanoski. Off the glass and out. Defenseman, get it off the glass. A lot of people make big bucks in the NHL for being able to chip it off the glass and get it out of your own end of the ring.
Staubitz did make a nice play, however, to knock Zanoski down and limit what was a dangerous scoring opportunity. Sescon runs into Julian Talbot. McGinn bounces on the loose puck, jamming away, looking for another goal, and he's been on a tear as of late with 8 of his 9 goals on the year in the last 11 games. Talbot from a sharp angle, another chance. Hewlett's stick was held up. O'Sullivan, his pass intercepted by McGinn. Just have to like McGinn every time you see him. He gets better and better. He's going to have some good numbers in this league. He's just 16 years old.
Not eligible till 2006 NHL draft.
Hekamovic redirection, and Guadagnolo with a good save off Hekamovic, who's hurt. We'll check on his state when we return to Ottawa.
Hekimovic at the bench after taking a high stick from Julian Talbot, breaking through the center of the ice. A beautiful pass by O'Sullivan, getting it to the stick of Hekimovic right in the face. Stick comes up at the last second, takes Hekimovic down hard to the ice.
John, does anybody in junior hockey make better saucer flip passes than Patrick O'Sullivan?
We've already seen two beauties in this game.
Vladimir Svechina with a quick shot. Cody Bass working diligently as he always does. He is a high-energy player. Svechina an opportunity. Elects to carry. Drops it off for Adam Abraham. Fans. Now lets it go. Blocked in front by Brad Stubbs. And carry. Delayed offside. Past Abraham. Is this going to be icing? Wow, that's interesting. It almost looked like it hit Abraham's stick.
Well, Vladimir Svechina, young Czech player for this Mississauga IceDog team. Interesting story that I heard from Greg Gilbert earlier about Svechina. In all the years Svechina played in the Czech Republic, nobody taught him how to finish checks. No coach ever taught him how to finish a check over in Europe. I just found that very interesting because you do get a lot of young guys that are good at it coming from there as well. But I was surprised nobody taught him.
Great save on a redirection backhander for Snetzinger. Guadagnolo in good position. Quincy backing up. Snetzinger with Owens and Swift. They've had some good chances here in the second period. And DaCosta will regroup in the neutral zone. Quincy off the boards. Owens, nice work to avoid a hit. Here's Swift to the net. Quincy jumps up, back in front. Guadagnolo came across to rob his man. Snetzinger allowed to waltz right in. And Anthony Guadagnolo, making his first start in a couple of weeks, is really answering the bell for Brian Kilrick.
Owens is answering the bell as well for this IceDog team. Coming in, a beautiful play. Patient sees Kyle Quincy coming in late on the play. Quincy trying to return the pass back to Owens. I don't know, I think Quincy's a take the shot. You got the lane, you can get it on net, you got everything to shoot at, and then you try to dish one through, making a pretty pass.
Stefan Ligon, he's a late birthday, didn't turn 16 until November 24th. Hewlett with some time and space. Long pass, Miss McGinn, and the faceoff will come back in Ottawa territory.
Trying to do too many pretty things right now. Chris Hewlett making a cross-ice pass, trying to split the seam. All of a sudden you find you're in a face-off back in your own end of the rink. Such an easy play to dump it in, gain the red line, dump it in, pick up a loose puck when your winger's going with speed.
Legion remains out with O'Sullivan and Hekimovic, the number one trio for this IceDog team against Talbot, Hewlett, and McGinn. Here is Hewlett. Partial 3-on-2 as Colbert moves up on the play, but good stick position from Anthony Butera. Butera just does a lot of little things right, doesn't he, John?
Stick position, poke checks. There's a lot of simple things that you can do to keep your game, make it easy for yourself.
And he's not the largest guy in the world, but he uses his body position so well, I find.
No question.
Hewlett towards the front of the net, and who's there? Butera. Craig Sescon moves up. Sescon. Stefan Legion snaps it on net. And Guadagnolo with a save, and we're going to have a little battle. Sescon and Elgin Reed will scrap it up with 11:16 to go in period 2.
Logan Reed has been very physical in this game, getting himself involved. I really hadn't noticed him much the other times I've seen him this season. It's good to see he's getting himself involved, getting ready for the playoffs.
Well, they have very high hopes for him. He was their first-round draft pick for this 67's team in 2003. And I don't think he's put up the type of numbers that they were hoping for this year, but the last 3 or 4 games I've watched number 85 play, I've been quite impressed. He's been very involved, as you just alluded to.
No question. He's minus 12 last year playing with the 67s. Not a very good stat at all. This year he's a plus player. Plus 4. 14 points for him. Shot on net, defenseman job. Take the man going to the net. That's where Sescon comes in and takes a little bit of exception to the fact that his teammates are getting shoved around.
By the reaction I just saw, and it's gone up on the board, Greg Gilbert not happy. And the reason for that is Sescon has picked up an extra minor. And Gilbert is a little bit hot under the collar.
And he said before the game that he needs his team to be disciplined. They need to play a disciplined style of game. Talking to Hekamovic as well, they're not effective when they're chirping after the whistle. They need to stop, get out of there, get ready to play a game, play the game, play it hard.
Ottawa's lone goal in this contest, the first period, came by way of the manpower advantage. Short-handed chance for Pachezny that had Guadagnolo flailing a little bit. Cashbar to man the point. Nearly coughed it up to Zanoski. Colbert, Bonello, Mancari, and Bickell on the power play. Bass, Pachezny, Abraham, and Zanoski. And offside at the Ice Dog line.
We've talked so much about Guadagnolo, how good he has been, but David Shantz has been just as effective at his end of the rink. Ottawa is getting some good clear opportunities. Shantz has been square to the shooter, has not given up a lot of room. Ottawa is still coming at him, getting lots of chances. They only have one goal in the game. Shantz has been good. Guadagnolo effective at the other end of the rink.
One with 24 saves, the other with 23. Ottawa looking to add to its 1-0 advantage. Mancari has the game's lone goal. Cashbar. Mancari down low, Bonello. Colbert. He'll drive it, and Shantz. Boy, he looks really good in there. Another example, just solid.
No question about it.
Cashbar moving up is Mancari. Can't knock that out of midair. That would have been a miracle. Mind you, the way he's been scoring. Here's another chance for him. Blocked in front by Quincy. It's still loose. Collected by Bonello. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Colbert. Shots there again. And Carey working hard. Good pass for Cashbar. Down low, redirect. Shots with 2 excellent saves off Bonello.
It's been physical in front of that net of David Shantz. Cashbar playing the point on the power play has been very good getting the puck through. They scored a goal in the first period because of this. He gets it through again. And the Ice Dogs defensively are really playing their men hard. Kyle Quincy took down Bryan Bickell with a cross-check earlier. He comes in, takes out another 2 or 3 guys as well. Shantz playing well. Quincy has been just mean to play against back there.
Shantz making his 2nd consecutive start, and if you're Michael Uzis, the way he's starting to play, take nothing away from the all-star Uzis, you might want to get healthy in a hurry. But we know that Shantz has that type of potential. He showed it last year.
And championship, exactly.
And he's a 2nd-round draft pick, and that did not occur for no reason. He had 5 shutouts, leading Mississauga to the OHL Championship Series last spring. Joslin on the power play. Hewlett redirect couldn't stop. Joslin will move in, but he fanned on it. And cleared down the ice by Cody Bass. Good power play by the 67's, but Shantz the reason they failed to connect on it. Joslin dangerous with O'Sullivan staring him down. Hekamovic runs in to stop it. The loose puck belongs to O'Sullivan. Front of the net is Zanoski. O'Sullivan still stick handling. Abraham cross ice missed Pachezny, and that'll allow Hewlett to backhand it out. Abraham misses O'Sullivan. He's mad at himself. He thought he should have collected that pass. Hewlett will flip it into the zone. Abraham, a little trouble with the bouncing puck, did well with it. Pachezny brings it on the boards towards Zanoski, and he'll reset, but Abraham missed the puck. Allows Bickell to move in with Mancari and Bonello. Down low into the corner towards Bryan Bickell, the Chicago 2nd rounder from Orono, Ontario. As it's backhanded over the glass and on a play, David Shantz shutting the door right now for the Ice Dogs.
Chris Hewlett had an opportunity against David Shantz. Shantz will make the initial stop off a shot from Derek Joslin. Hewlett has a good opportunity, doesn't take the shot, tries to walk around and find a man out front. Things happen so quick. You got to make a split decision fast. I think he picked the wrong one there.
I think he was shocked that it came back on his stick so quickly. He's made a lot of right decisions lately. How about yesterday? 3 goals and 2 assists for Hewlett. His best day ever in the OHL, and an 8-5 triumph over Kingston is Vander Veeken with a redirect. And Shantz again in good shape and did not allow a rebound for his 29th save of the hockey game.
Shantz doing a great job. Pachezny is doing a great job as well. He left the ice, came back on, he had to get a skate fix, and he just drove hard to get to the puck. He's very good on his feet when he's skating well.
Brody Beard went 105 games between goals before scoring Friday. Had a good chance. Pachezny blocked in front. Michael Swift. His right wing pass chopped away by Nick Van Herp. Pachezny and Kashbar. He's been dangerous. Vander Veeken lets it go. Good toe save. Shantz came across again with authority. Vander Veeken. One-on-one versus Quincy. You're right about Quincy. He is showing why he's an all-star. Just flat out nasty tonight.
No question about it. He's so physical behind there, and he's hacking and whacking. He's not letting anybody get away with anything.
Pat Paulette. Robbie Lawrence from Suluka. A rare shift. Cody Bass lets it go, and Guadagnolo kicks it away with his left pad. Frankie Santini, the young defender. Jordan Owens has had some jump in this frame. Avoids a check. Van Herp reverses the breakup. Aaron Alfonso versus Santini. Legion and Owens stopped by Guadagnolo, and he looks good at his end as well. This has been quite a goaltending display by both guys.
Yes, it has. Well, it's important going down the stretch, and these two guys probably aren't even going to be the starters for these teams in the playoffs.
That's the interesting thing about it.
They're sure making it a hard decision for the coaches.
Well put. This is a very important Eastern Conference collision. Ottawa still vying for top spot in their division. Mississauga vying for top spot in the conference.
Well, we're talking about how Quincy's playing, how stellar he's been. Last cut from the World Junior team. He's been to 2 consecutive All-Star games. Draft pick of the Detroit Red Wings. He's just mean, playing physical hockey, taking the body. I like the way he plays.
Craig Gilbert would agree. Adam Abraham, long wrist shot. Guadagnolo dropped it, but then was quick to pounce on it.
And for Quincy, he didn't come back and sulk about not making that team. He came back with a positive attitude for the Mississauga IceDogs, was continued to be their leader on the point. Just a well-respected player in their locker room.
Julian Talbot. Chris Hewlett in pursuit versus Adam Abraham. Abraham upends him. Hewlett stays with it on the forecheck, pokes it to Julian Talbot, and again in front of the net. Steered aside by Shantz. Here's Zanoski with a speedy O'Sullivan. Breaks in, but just offside at the line. Patrick O'Sullivan has been shut out so far tonight. Mind you, so have the rest of his mates. Part 2 of John Druce's skate and chat with Patrick O'Sullivan coming up in our second period intermission. We'll go back to the studios for a Sportsnet News update, and we will have highlights of this contest that has featured just the lone goal belonging to Mark Mancari of the 67's. You really enjoyed yourself on that, didn't you?
Absolutely. No question about it. Love being on the ice, get the skates on, shoot the puck around a little bit. And with a player like that, he has great skills.
Pretty good hands, huh?
Yeah, no question. He embarrassed me that first game of post.
Zanoski clears it in. Guadagnolo missed it. Colbert in a battle with Hekamovic. Hekamovic trying to add to his scoring streak. O'Sullivan holds off his man. Pachezny steps into it. Good save by Guadagnolo off the former Sarnia Sting, David Pachezny.
Great job by Pachezny getting the shot to the net. Guadagnolo makes the initial stop. He does what he's supposed to do, gets in front of it. Watch Joslin take out Hekamovic and take him away from the rebound. Nothing there for him. Derek Joslin, a good young player, taking his man out.
DaCosta. Guadagnolo didn't see it till the last second. Fortunately for him, it missed. That's on net. That's likely a problem. O'Sullivan upended, keeps working after it. Brian Kilray continuing to get Talbot out every time that O'Sullivan is on the ice. Zanoski sends Hekamovic away, and he pokes it into the zone. DaCosta back after it. On the ice with Quincy. DaCosta, he's enjoyed his new digs in Mississauga. Weave into the zone. DaCosta backhander, Stefan Legion. And stopped by Guadagnolo.
And you're right, DaCosta has been a terrific acquisition for this Ice Dog team. He has the skill to lug the puck up ice, sees that nobody's open, takes as much ice as he can get, makes a nice outside-inside move on the defenseman, gets a shot with a guy going towards the net. He doesn't slow his teammates. There's a goal by Quincy, just wristing it to the net.
Kyle Quincy has been rewarded for his nasty play at one end of the rink with a goal at the other. And with 4:37 to go in the second, we're tied at 1.
Again, similar type of goal as the 67's in the first period. Puck will get back to the point off the draw, a wrist shot to the net, traffic, a tip in front. Cody Bass may get his stick on this puck for his 12th of the year.
We await the announcement. Right now it could be Quincy, but John talked about the possible deflection. Meant Terry for his second of the game, and shots again in perfect position. Legion slides it into the zone. Colbert. Staubitz takes a bump from Legion. Staubitz plays it on the wing for Bickell. Bickell runs into Butera, who keeps it alive in the zone. Jordan Owens digging after it with Legion. Owens has had a good period.
Legion's having a good shift as well. He's not a big player, but he's playing physical and feisty.
Takes a wallop from Reed, who chopped his stick away. Owens coerced Legion, but he lost his stick. Still inside the zone, Butera moves up. Ice Dogs looking for more after Quincy's goal from Owens at 15:23 that tied it. Legion, that's off a high stick of Swift, but apparently not, because the referee lets play go on. That was definitely a high stick. Boy, there'll be some kind of hot at the Ottawa bench if this turns into a goal. Owens spinning. Drops it off Butera. Hekamovic in the slot. Swift will have a backhand try, looking for the top shelf. It was too high, and Bickell chops it the length of the ice.
Picture perfect forechecking for the Ice Dog, but you're right, Peter. A high stick in the center of the screen. Swift will get his stick, number 14, Black. It hits it above his shoulders. No whistle blown on the play. And you're right, the 67's bench would have erupted if a goal had been scored. Other than the high stick in that sequence, picture perfect.
Hekamovic off the draw, wires it home, and his hot streak continues. And the Ice Dogs have taken their first lead on Hekamovic's 26th of the year.
A good quick shot off the faceoff. Hekamovic will step back into the high slot. Quick wrist shot to the top corner. Doesn't hold the puck at all. Guadagnolo is going to his right. Hekamovic puts it in the top right corner.
Two face-off wins that result in goals by Quincy, his 13th, and Hekamovic, his 26th. And the Ice Dogs have grabbed the advantage in the late stages of period 2. Zanoski backhands it in front off the skate of Colbert. Talbot carries on. Julian Talbot weaves inside the zone, wrist shot. Shots with a glove save.
Momentum stick built by Sherwood is now available at authorized distributors, which represents the new generation of sticks. Keep the momentum.
Brian Kilray not happy about this turn of events late in the second period. This is just a total breakdown for the 67's in their own end of the rink. Something that they've had problems with most of the year long, running around. Ice Dogs doing a good job forechecking.
2 goals, 138 apart off face-offs. So Sullivan won the draw, and collects the lone assist on the go-ahead marker by John Hekamovic. And he was really excited about an opportunity to play on national television tonight. Told us that before the game. His shots. Kicks aside Vanderveeken's low blast. Guadagnolo leaves for Brad Stabitz. Bumped up by Stefan Legion. In behind. Petrozalic breaking out of the zone as Quincy avoids an odd man rush by shoveling it in. Delayed offside, but Reed will carry it out. Quincy got it going for the Ice Dogs with his long shot. Logan Reed. Off the glass. Towards Petrozalic, who plays it and look out, runs into Sescon. Kashbar, a hot shot. Stopped by the shoulder of Shots.
67 caught in a line change. Nobody keeping the puck in the zone.
Joslin carries it into the zone, but not before a couple of his mates remain trapped offside.
67's turning the puck over in the neutral zone. Petrozalic leaves it. Kasper comes in and picks up garbage, and a good quick wrist shot high to the glove side of Shantz. That's a little bit higher. It's in the net.
He had a lot of mustard on that. Joslin off the stick of Paul Marchese. Snetzinger. Backhand, hit Bickell. Butera has him tied in a knot with the help of Snetzinger, but good work to come off the boards by Bickell before losing. Partial 3-on-2 the other way now. Colbert, look out! Paul Marchese clobbered by Colbert. Right into the stanchion. That looks something out of a wrestling play. Hitting a turnbuckle. Loose in front, Caputi a couple of whacks. The light goes on, but referee Holber had blown it down.
Hobart was right on the spot, blew the whistle down right away. Caputi is not happy. And the hit by Wilk Holbert was amazing earlier, but this here, opportunity in front of the net. Listen up.
Is that close?
That is a close one. Terry Hobart thought the puck was covered up, lost sight of it, blew the whistle, but it was definitely very close.
That will draw some interesting fodder in the Mississauga room in the second period intermission. O'Sullivan from a sharp angle off the side of the net. It's been all Mississauga the last 5 or 6 minutes, and they've turned it into 2 goals and the lead. McGinn runs into Pachezny trying to get free, and O'Sullivan back to help out defensively. Julian Talbot. O'Sullivan skating with him stride for stride. Talbot trying to whack it out front for McGinn. Hekamovic with a go-ahead goal. Zanowski. O'Sullivan up the middle. Runs into Hewlett, but O'Sullivan put on the brakes and avoided a hit. Hewlett will flip it. And the buzzer will go to bring an end to the second period as Hekamovic into it with both Stabitz and the captain, Will Colbert.
Well, Will Colbert, what a hit on Marchese along the boards in front of the bench. Oof. That's just painful, Peter.
I have a feeling we're going to see that on a few highlight reels in the next little while. Marchese, the good news is okay. Colbert and company trail 2-1 to the Ice Dogs after
40. This is a Sportsnet News Update.
Hi, everybody. I'm Darren Dreger, live in the Sportsnet News studios. Mike Toth and I will team up tonight for a unique look at the evening in sports. I arm wrestled the highlights of the Brier final away from him. We've got some of those to share from Rexall Place in Edmonton now. Randy Furby in his 5th consecutive Brier final taking on Nova Scotia, skipped by Sean Adams. Opening end, Alberta with a hammer, line one. That's David Nedowan looking for the draw for 2. Sweepers doing their best. Doesn't quite curl enough. Alberta settles for the single point. Second end, Nova Scotia shot stone. Sean Adams with last rock. He too needs 8 foot this time to score his pair. And not quite as pressure built. He makes no mistake. Nova Scotia goes up by 1. Sigh of relief as they're knotted at 3 playing the 6th in Edmonton. Over to Air Canada Centre, the NBA. Allen Iverson, the 76ers, taking on the Toronto Raptors. First quarter, Iverson dishes to Weber for the slam. Sixers by 4 early. Danielle Marshall keeping Toronto in this thing. This is the story of the game. 3-pointer. Raptors next possession. Marshall. 3-ball one more time. Why not? Toronto up by 3 at the break. Move to the 4th quarter. Marshall hits the Raptors' 18th three-pointer. That's a new franchise record. Here's another tray, his 10th of the game. Then Marshall, number 11. Raptors' 20th three-pointer. That is an NBA record. Marshall buries another 3 to tie the individual NBA record with 12 three-pointers. All smiles, and he should be. Career-high 38 points as the Raps win big. More coming up on Sportsnet News, including highlights from a playoff at the Honda Classic. And it's Selection Sunday for the NCAA tournament. The seedings determined. How will your team fare? Find out tonight on Sportsnet News.
Greg Gilbert's gang back on Rogers Sportsnet next Sunday night at home at the Hershey Center when they entertain Mike Foligno's Sudbury Wolves, 7 Eastern at 4 o'clock Pacific time. We certainly hope you enjoyed part 1 of Patrick O'Sullivan's visit with our very own John Druce. Now time for part number 2. And while Patrick O'Sullivan has enjoyed a great deal of success on the ice, off the ice he has had plenty of demons to deal with.
You know, for the most part, the reasons I wasn't taken where I was, supposed to go were out of my control, and I think that was probably the major thing that I had a hard time accepting is that, I was falling in the draft, and it really didn't have anything to do with me personally, but.
Well, I know the teams felt that maybe you had some personal issues or some things going on in your life that they didn't want to deal with. But the way I look at it for Minnesota, they got 2 first-round picks when they only had 1 in that draft, basically. With Brent Burns going in the first round and them getting you 56 overall. I mean, they have 2 top players, and I've been talking to the management, and they said they're so happy with your development. Now, after the draft, you had a chance to have a conversation with Wayne Gretzky. Is he your favorite player, or who would be your favorite player?
Yeah, I think he's one of my favorite players for sure. I really liked Mike Modano when I was growing up too. I like the way he plays the game, and he's a great skater, and I think he's probably the nicest player to watch. You know what I mean? He's pretty smooth, and
I would agree. Like he's danced around me a few times. No question about it. Now, sitting down, when you had a chance to talk to Gretz, did he give you anything that helped you along the way, or?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was right after the draft, and there's a lot of media stuff about me, at that point, and look at this kid. He didn't go till almost the 3rd round and stuff like that, and it was tough to handle. I think he maybe realized that, and he came to the hotel. He saw my mom in the lobby, and he asked her to call the room and ask me to come down. So.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I didn't believe her at first. I was like, Mom, I've had a long day. I don't really have time for these jokes right now. But
are you serious?
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
You know what? I play with Gretz in LA, and to be honest with you, he's probably one of the nicest guy I've ever met in hockey. And for him to do something like that does not surprise me one bit.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe that. Gosh, I don't know. He's probably one of the busiest guys in the world with all the stuff he has to do, and he took 5 or 10 minutes out of his day to come and talk to me and see how I was doing. So, that's something I'll never forget.
So, what would be ideal situation finishing off this year and in the near future for Patrick O'Sullivan?
Well, certainly, I'd like to have another good run in the playoffs, and it's probably going to be the last year of my junior career. So, we'd love to finish that off with with some success again in the playoffs and get a chance to possibly play in the Memorial Cup. We have a great opportunity, our team, this year to achieve that goal, and that's something I haven't done yet for sure.
Well, you sure developed as a player in Mississauga. I think they've done a great job, especially Greg Gilbert. Your career has been fantastic to watch. I'm lucky I get to see you play all the time. And as far as hockey goes, I think you've got a bright future ahead of you And hopefully they'll get this NHL thing fixed here, and you can get a contract from the Minnesota Wild and
Absolutely.
have a great future. Thanks for doing this, Patrick.
Thank you.
They had another game of post, and I think my partner actually won, although the judges are still
It ties it up.
Time to take a look back at the game's opening 40 minutes of play.
67's get on the board first. The power play goal by Lucas Kaspar. A wrist shot from the point. Chance has no idea where it is. He joins the 20-goal club. In the second period, Kyle Quincy gets the Ice Dogs started. Another wrist shot from the point for his 13th goal of the year. John Hekamovic with a beautiful snapshot from the high slot with his 26. Will Gilbert lays out a huge check on Paul Marchese. Feeling the pain. And here's a goal that did not count. Looked like it should have counted. It was over the goal line.
It did indeed. Our second period summary, Kyle Quincy's 13th, Hekamovic's 26 as Mississauga has the 67's at home trailing. There was also a goal change to Kaspar. What's in the market? Well, we're in the market for a fine third period. Teams are back on the ice for the start of the third period, and John, I'm guessing that this game has been a hit for everyone in attendance.
No question, Peter. We've seen some terrific hockey this last couple of weeks. Playoffs coming around. Everybody's starting to get physical, finishing their checks. No question about it. And some key veterans, Kyle Quincy and Will Gilbert, for both of these teams, playing very physical hockey, getting themselves prepared for the playoffs now.
Two all-star blue liners very much involved. David Shantz making his second consecutive start in the Ice Dogs net has been brilliant with 37 saves, the second round selection of the Florida Panthers.
He sure looks good, Peter. Greg Gilbert is going to have a choice to make now when Michael Uzis gets back in the lineup. Uzis out with the flu, giving Shantz a chance to get back between the pipes with a little regularity right now.
This guy hasn't been bad at the other end either. Anthony Guadagnolo, who's turned aside 31 of 33. This important Eastern Conference collision is down to 20 minutes, or who knows, maybe more. In the third of three straight home games of the Civic Center, Adam Abraham is in all kinds of difficulty as he slides and tries to make his way to the Ice Dogs bench.
Well, he's going to take a hit from Jamie McGinn into the 67's bench. Did the door open on that? It looked like he stopped all of a sudden.
You know what? It has been an unbelievably rough year for Adam Abraham. Back on December 28th, he suffered serious damage to his nose and lip area that required reconstructive surgery. Mark O'Leary, in a game with Guelph, hit him. O'Leary picked up a lengthy suspension for running in to Abraham, and he was out of the lineup for nearly a month. O'Sullivan, cross ice, Hekamovic fanned on it. Hekamovic's 26th of the year in that second period has the Ice Dogs in front as they try and regain top spot in the OHL's Eastern Conference. Peterborough in front of them at the moment by a point after their victory today at St. Michael's. DaCosta in front, Zanoski, a backhander from close range.
Zanoski had time to pull that to his forehand and get a clear shot.
Here's Hewlett. Pulls it back and blasts it. And no trouble for David Shantz.
So easy up here to see the time that you have.
The game does look rather easy from our vantage point, doesn't it?
Yes.
Not when you have to make split-second decisions. Bryan Bickell, long blast. Man Carey lets it go. Shantz a little trouble. Thought about taking care of it himself and will be helped out as Stabbits fails to hold it in. Kaspar has been credited now officially with the first goal by the 67's. It was announced as Man Carey is 36, but Kaspar has officially, after the official scorers had a couple of looks at it, joined the Ottawa 67's 20-goal club.
Brad Bonello had an assist on that play as well. He has 12 points in his last 5 games. Playing very well, the veteran is.
The 20-year-old went to a Memorial Cup with Erie in 2002. Butera up from his blue line position. And Bickell will flip it towards Man Carey, the Buffalo draft pick.
Good dump by Mancari. Had a defenseman pitching up on him, and he dumps it to the open corner.
Vanello remains out with Bickell and Mancari. Nice work by Bickell to lift the stick, and Bass recovered well to block the pass. Here's Owens with Legion. Owens snaps it, blocked up by Staubitz. Bickell will run over Owens. Owens back up with the puck, fans on a pass, and Bickell will carry it out of the zone. Owens and Vanello involved. Stefan Legion lost the handle, and the reason for that is he snapped his stick in half. Good pickup coming out of the zone. Mancari towards Vanderheeken, and Owens back defensively with a good stick lift. Puck loose to the side of the net. Petrozalik digging after it, but Frankie Santini won the battle just past Hewlett for Hekamovic. He'll play his own pass in behind the net. Colbert, watch closely, takes a bump from Zanoski. O'Sullivan in the face-off circle now will chase after it with Joslin. O'Sullivan, he does such a good job holding guys off with his body. Front of the net for Santini and Zanoski. Pachezny through a partial screen, and Guadagnolo a big save.
No question about it. Patrick O'Sullivan gets things going because he keeps his feet moving, and it's tough to stop a man when you keep your strong legs moving, and he does that when he battles below the goal line, outworks his man, and he's so strong on the puck, he makes the pass to the slot, and they get a shot from it. Patrick O'Sullivan, just dynamic player.
O'Sullivan with an assist in the game, his 89th point, 3 shy of his career high of 92, and he notched those 92 points as a 16-year-old when he was the CHL Rookie of the Year. Pass, nicked at the shot is blocked. Kashbar, what a snapper, just missed. Looking for his second of the game. Michael Swift, one-on-one with Brody Beer, turns in the corner. Marchese to the front of the net. Quincy will let it go. Redirected loose, scores! Bradley Snetzinger, and the Ice Dogs lead it by a pair.
What a job by Swift carrying the puck up the ice, delaying, waiting to find an open man coming late up in the play. Who's he find? Kyle Quincy gets a shot to the net. Snetzinger wisely comes out of the corner. Nobody picks up Snetzinger until the last second, and it's too late. Van Herp's trying to pick him up, can't find a man. All of a sudden there's a loose puck laying around, and wide open net for Snetzinger.
Just his 8th goal of the season for number 41, and a big one. Mississauga looking to extend their unbeaten ways to 8. They've won 5 in a row, as have their opponents, the 67's. Mancari in behind on that occasion, Bickell. Here's Jordan Owens. Leaves it, Pachezny will let it go. Big rebound. Another stop by Guadagnolo. Butera scores! Anthony Butera pulls the trigger from close range and make it 4 unanswered.
Anthony Butera comes in late. It was all good hard work from his forwards. Owens getting the puck back to get a clear shot on net. Legion is out front of the net. He sees Butera coming in at the last second. Owens passes it over. Butera was calm when he came in. A defenseman didn't panic with the puck. Oh, what a beautiful shot.
2 goals 31 seconds apart from Brad Snetzinger and Anthony Butera. In the case of Snetzinger, that's his last goal dating back to February 4th when he found the mark in a game in Sudbury. Made it 3-1, and then the all-star blue liner Butera. Absolutely no mistake against an Ottawa team that when they score first, it's usually a good omen. Dating back to Grey Cup weekend, November 21st, they were 16-0-1 when they scored first, but tonight it's not working out very well.
Do you think that the 67's may be getting a little tired right now?
I do.
The Ice Dogs are putting a lot of pressure on them. There's the 67's 3rd game in 3 nights. Mississauga came in fresh. They didn't play last night. Start to see a little bit of a difference, a little bit of an edge.
Butera, the most recent goal getter for Hekimovic. He has 1-2, and O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan one-handed wallop by Talbot. We'll see if there's anything left in the tank of Brian Kilrea's crew. A 1-0 lead is turned into a 4-1 deficit. IceDogs accounted for 2 goals late in the second, 1:38 apart, and have come back with 2 quick ones, 31 seconds apart here in the third. Hekimovic parked in front. O'Sullivan's pass gobbled up by Derek Joslin. DaCosta moving up in the neutral area to break it up, but McGinn chops it in as the 67's making wholesale changes. And O'Sullivan one-hands it into the zone. Off the glass, no chance for Vanderbeek. DaCosta turns away from Jakub Petrzel. Pachezny fell down, regains his balance and the puck. And this is Michael Swift. And Swift came into the night with 3 goals against Ottawa this season. A big assist, John Druce, on the goal by Snetzinger. He found the late guy, Quincy, and the rebound was potted by Snetzinger. That made it 3-1. Swift, watch closely, cash bar, and the rolling puck belongs to David Schatz. Goals by Snetzinger and Butera have the IceDogs in command. OHL Top Scorers brought to you by CGC Incorporated. Yes, Top Scorers sponsor CGC is of the Top Scorer Award.
Danny Roussin, 5th in the CHL in scoring. He is a line mate of Sidney Crosby. No surprise that he's sneaking up as well into the top 5.
How about Sidney? He signs that big multi-million-dollar endorsement deal this week and then gets 7 points Friday and 5 more on Saturday. And there's a goal for Pat Willett. And Ottawa's not ready to go away as he bangs home the rebound pass shots.
Pat Willett is a small, feisty centerman. He'll win the draw back to the point, and then he'll win the battle to the front of the net. He gets away from his check all alone. A good spin move at the last second to bat in the rebound for Willett for his 2nd of the year.
His last goal came versus the Brampton Battalion on February the 4th. Just his 2nd of the year. And Pat Willett has Ottawa thinking about a big third period comeback as they finally have an answer for what were 4 unanswered IceDog tellers. See if they gain some momentum. Here's Talbot trying to cut in. Talbot upended by Seska, and there's going to be a penalty.
A well-deserved penalty. Julian Talbot's coming through the neutral zone with tremendous speed. Hewlett will zip it across to McGinn, and a nice pickup, and sees Talbot breaking through the center of the ice. That's a picture-perfect breakout coming through the neutral zone with a ton of speed. You could just see it developing with Julian Talbot coming up hard on the play. You have to take him down somehow, and he was flying.
An important power play for the 67's. Gilbert through a partial screen. Nice save by Schatz.
Will Gilbert has been good in this game as well, getting the puck to the net, being the leader that he has to be. The Ottawa Senators 7th round draft pick. He's looked good in this game.
An all-star, participated in the Canada-Russia Challenge this year.
67's goal is
Cody Bass, the fine penalty killer, takes a look and clears the zone. Gilbert behind the net. Again, Talbot, Hewlett up front. Kachbar out there as well in this important Ottawa power play. Butera off the glass. Kachbar, nice play to knock it down and hold it in. Staubitz, the lone assist on the goal by Pat Willett. It's turned it into a 4-2 game. Redirected in front. Hewlett poking it. Schatz takes care of it.
67's faceoffs have been very key in this game, Peter. Pat Willett does a good job getting the puck back, wins his battle with Cody Bass, and Cody Bass is a good, strong defensive player, lets his man go at the last second. That's why Willett's all alone in front of the net. Ouellette battled, won the draw, and beat his man to the net.
Yeah, that doesn't happen to Cody Bass very often, that's for sure. Pachezny nearly lost it. Petrozalek, Gilbert, a blast. O'Sullivan blocked it. Okay. And O'Sullivan will help escort the puck out of the zone. Jumping up is Abraham. Good to see him back on the ice after being shaken up moments ago. Finello with Mancarey. Finello. Break wide. Cashmore. What a pass from Mancarey. And an equally fine stop by Shots.
There are things happening at high speed out here, Peter, and that pass by Cashbar to Mancarey is just a good example of how quickly things can happen. 67's will enter the zone wide, drop pass to Petrozalek, and a zip pass back to Mancarey as he's going to the net. Nobody picks him up.
Cashbar sees the ice well, doesn't he?
He really does. He's been playing so well in this game. He gets his head up quick. He moves the puck well. Back to Bonello. Bonello to Cashbar. He doesn't even think about it. It's like a one-time pass right to the front of the net.
I watched him in a lot of earlier games this season. Wasn't that impressed, and Terry Hobart, the referee, not that impressed. But the last 3 or 4 times I've seen Lucas Cashbar, now I know why he is an NHL first rounder. And yet, John, I was very impressed with him, not necessarily this year, but last year at the World Junior in Helsinki when he was just a 17-year-old.
No question about it. There's Petrozalek trying to dive and draw a penalty coming through the neutral zone. Go up, try to get a 2-man advantage for 20 seconds.
The referee wasn't buying it, and the Ice Dogs are 13 seconds away from a very critical penalty kill with his 4-2 lead. Still a ton of time left in the third. More than 11 minutes. 2 quick goals, 31 seconds apart from Snitzinger and Butera for the Ice Dogs. Pat Ouellette's second of the year. The reply from the 67's. Quincy crunched by Aaron Alfonso. Marchese, nice pass for Jordan Owens, who's had a good night and has 2 helpers in the game. Been rewarded for some excellent work. Number 88. Staubitz, watched by Owens. And the puck. Karam's out of play.
Well, Owens has been involved in all aspects. He's had 2 assists in the game. Petrozalek is trying to get away through the neutral zone, and a little hook by Owens. Petrozalek, big dive. Terry Hobart not falling for that by no means. You see a lot of that from the European players trying to draw penalties by big dives.
Probably a good no call right there, because this crowd, a 3rd consecutive home game and a 3rd consecutive sellout, would have went crazy. O'Sullivan looking to ice this one. Good opportunity for Patrick O'Sullivan. McGinn, Hewlett in his skates, does well with it. Ekimovic and O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan so good with a stick, but intercepted. Here's McGinn. Can he get away? Yes, he can. McGinn shot. Big rebound off the defenseman Abraham. And Shots does well to stay with the puck.
Well, there's a little bit of youth. Jamie McGinn has a good chance and turns the puck over. O'Sullivan makes a nice move to throw it back, but a good interception by McGinn to get things going. What he doesn't see on this play is 2 forwards, Ottawa coming in off the right-left side of the screen, all alone. If he just takes a quick peek and slides it back to the late player coming in, Talbot, there could be a better chance.
Cashbar elected to drop it off. Reed shot off a skate. Cashbar first to it. Intercepted by Owens. Ottawa has definitely gained some momentum from the Ouellette goal. Cashbar trying to get free, and Kyle Quincy's had one heck of a night.
So strong defensively.
Petrozalek one-timer who blocked it. Quincy. Legion has an important assist. Reed, did he hold it in? A late whistle blows it down. Pat Ouellette has Ottawa still in. Game review brought to you by Castrol GTX High Mileage. It helps older cars feel young again.
Lucas Cashbar with his 20th goal of the year, a power play goal to get things going in this game. Young Jordan Owens, the rookie, with 2 assists, has played very, very well. The thing there that I noticed most of power play opportunities, Ottawa 5 power plays to Mississauga's 1. Coaches don't like to see that stat after the game when they're looking at it.
Boy, the goalies have been busy. 88 shots on goal, and why not? I love it.
6 of Ottawa's last 7 games, 35 or more shots against.
Joslin off of Hekamovic, who has a big goal in this game. The go-ahead goal back in the second period when the game was tied at 1. Butera has won and nearly spun himself into a bad position. O'Sullivan outlet. Zanoski thought about dropping it. Carries on. Zanoski poked off his stick, but he continues to battle Joslin for it. Talbot back deep in his own zone to help out. Jamie McGinn awaiting the rolling puck. 2 goals in yesterday's triumph over Kingston. Sescon. And the puck belongs to O'Sullivan. Tape to tape. Hekamovic lets that big shot go. No trouble for Guadagnola. Pachezny brings it in. Good puck movement. Backhand try. Guadagnola apiece. O'Sullivan fans from long range. And McGinn will clear it out of the zone and down the ice. Good weight as they waved it off. Pachezny in behind Abraham, and Perry steps up. Puck knocked down by Jordan Owens, and he'll slide it in. Stephen Legion gives chase. Puck played off the glass towards Benella. Bradley Benella for Mark Mancarry. And Carey on the wing. And Carey in front of the net towards Lawrence. And Abraham broke it up. Nice try by the 67's. Legion avoids a check from Mancarry, who hit nothing but glass. Lawrence off the stick of Pachezny. And then that's the second time that referee Terry Hober's been hit.
Everybody's getting hit in this game. The bodies are flying.
I'm glad we're way up here. I think we're safe. Benella, until Scott Carruthers, our stats guy, just elbowed me. Just trying to make me feel like part of the action.
Get involved.
Have to get involved, no matter where you are in this great game. Bickell awaits, sends Willett away. He has a little spark after scoring just his second of the year here in the third. Takes down DaCosta, and Greg Gilbert is going to be irate, I think.
DaCosta is hardly moving, and Big Bickell, what a hit. 6'4", 215 pounds coming at you. Bickell did not play on his last shift with his line mates Benello and Mancarry. He sat that shift. See, there was a hit from behind that threw off DaCosta, pushed him right into Bryan Bickell. Willett cross-checks him into Bickell. See, you lose control. Someone from hitting you from behind, you don't expect it.
I hope he's okay.
I hope so too.
And the reason I thought that Gilbert would be pretty upset is the little cross-check to the small of the back from Willett.
That's just dangerous, right? In that play. I'm sure Bickell was trying to line his man up, but with that cross-check throwing DaCosta off, just put yourself in a vulnerable position.
You hope the 19-year-old who's found a home in Mississauga, which is no surprise because that's his hometown, coming over in a trade from Owen Sound back on November 24th for a 6th-round draft pick.
Concerned, I'm sure, about his neck and his head. You take an eye look to see if his head hitting the boards.
Oh boy.
That's not good.
You know what might have saved him is he looks like he's okay, is there was kind of a little hop before his head hits the boards. If his head goes directly in, that could have been very, very serious. But the good news is DaCosta appears to be all right, and that's great. Kyle Quincy and Zanoski, Hekamovic, and O'Sullivan out there with him, trying to protect this 4-2 lead and move back on top of the Eastern Conference standings with 1 week remaining in the regular season. Mississauga heating up at just the right time, the defending Eastern Conference champs. And this year, if London continues to take care of business, Another resounding triumph today by the Knights. 9-1 at home over Erie. The winner of the Eastern Conference would go to the Memorial Cup.
Jocelyn not happy to take a high stick from Zanowski on the play. Good hard work, one-on-one battles. I like the way Jocelyn plays. Good young player.
Akamovic takes a rub from the aforementioned one, Jocelyn. Butera out of the reach of Zanowski. Jocelyn looking to tie it up for a stoppage, won't be able to. Colbert receives some help from Jocelyn, who held up Zanowski. And here's Talbot. Talbot with Hewlett and McGinn. Bouncing puck goes wide. Chance to handle. Brings it on the boards. Talbot will hustle to hold it in. Hewlett and Butera battle for the loose puck. McGinn, Talbot awaiting. Runs into Sescott. Hewlett now. Parked in the slot. Talbot. Butera cut down the gap. McGinn. Hewlett has a great chance. Scores! Chris Hewlett. And it's a one-goal game.
The rule in this league, Peter, if you lose your helmet, you have to go to the box. And with Sescon losing his helmet, there's a man all alone wide open who's going to end up, he has to leave the ice. All of a sudden you can walk out by yourself. Hewlett all alone, a 2-on-1 play. They lost the defenseman. All of a sudden it becomes a 5-on-4 on this shift. Nice pass by McGinn to Hewlett. 5-hole.
Hewlett's 30th of the year and his 4th in the last 2 days. And Ottawa has cut a 4-1 Mississauga lead in this third period to 4-3 with 5:37 to go in regulation.
I know the rules put in as a safety measure for the players to get off the ice so they're not going to get any head injuries, but that there just cost Mississauga a goal.
John, is that a situation where maybe you stay on the ice and take a penalty? Although who on earth could think that quickly?
No.
Right? Because your training is to get off.
To get off the ice. The unfortunate thing, though, is the 67 player knocked Sescon's helmet off with the roughing that they were involved in along the boards.
Some more pushing and shoving and rough play. Well, let's take a timeout and come back for an exciting ending. Chris Hewlett's cut the lead to 1.
The Canadian Hockey League on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
We're in for a great finish in front of yet another sold-out Ottawa Civic Center. 4-3, 5:16 to go. It was 4-1 Mississauga at one point in this third period on quick goals by Snetzinger and Butera. However, Pat Ouellette and Chris Hewlett, with his 30th of the year, have responded for Brian Kilrea's crew. Jamie McGinn with that terrific behind his back pass. Talbot with a helper as well on the most recent goal at 14:23.
And on the last goal, Craig Sescon, the Mississauga IceDog, lost his helmet. We've been talking about it during the intermission. He could have stayed on the ice and put his helmet back on instead of being involved in the play. McGinn's elbow gets up and rips it off of his head. There's an advantage right there by McGinn doing that. There's no penalty called on the play. If Sescon could think quick enough, you're allowed to stop and put it back on.
But by the time he does that, John, I don't know if it would have made a difference.
I don't think so as well.
Give McGinn credit for a great pass. Here's Bickell, but Bickell's offside. And pushing and shoving involving Snetzinger and Brad Bonello.
Brad Bonello, he's been involved in every game we've seen him play this year. There's no question about it. Played with Erie at the Memorial Cup, played with the Petes last year in Peterborough. 67's brought him a valuable overage asset for this team with his leadership and his experience.
And Bonello's had a good night. Has a couple of assists in this game, actually just the one assist. A career high. Bonello continues to work on of now 61 points.
This is the first year that Bonello has been a plus player as well in his whole Ontario League career. He's a plus 17 for the 67 squad. And Bonello's played on some good teams in Erie. They went to the Memorial Cup. That's just a positive sign developing in the right way.
Line change. Talbot again, as per usual, out against O'Sullivan. And this line's done a nice job against O'Sullivan, who has the lone assist on the goal late in the second period by Hekamovic. That was a simple scenario of winning the draw, and Hekamovic pulling the trigger. A lot of face-off oriented goals in this one. McGinn chips in. Butera, who right now has the go-ahead goal. Sullivan tried to whack it out of midair, failed to. Talbot, Joslin, and Hewlett. Hewlett trying to send it ahead and lug out. See, nobody's safe in this game. The trainers aren't even safe.
When you talk about the head-to-head matchup between Julian Talbot and Patrick O'Sullivan, there's a good reason Patrick O'Sullivan really hasn't had a big night tonight, because Julian Talbot has been a workhorse against this man. He's been physical, playing him very hard on every shift, finishing his checks. I like the way Julian Talbot's playing.
He's had a great weekend. 4 assists yesterday and a key assist on the goal just scored by Hewlett that cut the gap to 1. Guadagnolo hangs on. And a face-off, and they're all critical now with 3:45 to go. About to come up to his right.
Well, Julian Talbot was a big player last year as well. 68 games played, the only player on the team to play every game. He's only missed 6 games in his whole junior career in 3 years.
Abraham lets it go, and the glove save, courtesy of Anthony Guadagnolo off Adam Abraham, 17-year-old from Grosse Pointe, Michigan.
Guadagnolo really played well until they had that little break, and all of a sudden they turned around the other way.
Abraham again. Mississauga's winning a lot of key face-offs and turning them into dangerous opportunities, and a couple of second-period goals. Staubitz pounded by Jordan Owens, who's been responsible in part for a couple of those goals. Abraham dealing with a rolling puck, does well with it, and maneuvers his way to the line. Backhands it in as the Ice Dogs look to make wholesale changes. Staubitz and man Carey receives a return pass, and a good one. Butera down to the ice, man Carey with it for Kashbar. Kashbar will let off the bench. He has a third period tally. Here's Colbert. Colbert snaps it. Held in by Joslin. Kashbar. Shots made it look easy.
A nice play by Joslin to keep that puck just inside the blue line. Really smart. If that puck is chipped by him, it could be detrimental, but they're down by a goal. The 67's need to get back into this game by scoring another one to tie things up, and young Joslin made a good key decision at that moment.
The shot by Kashbar on net, Ottawa's 50th of the game. Mississauga has 45. When was the last time you watched a hockey game at any level where there were nearly 100 shots on net? Butera watched closely by the youngster McGinn. Bass awaits on right wing, and he'll play it back to Butera. Good smart play. And another one to move it out of the zone. Talbot, McGinn, and Hewlett back out. McGinn with some room and has a winger, but it's broken up. And Quincy will tap it ahead, take a bump to do it. Hekamovic trying to elude the linesman, and watch this. Hekamovic's going to give the linesman an earful.
Yeah, not happy. Hekamovic could not gain control of the puck because the linesman's feet were in the way. He took himself offside on the play because he didn't have control of the puck as he crossed the blue line. On the left side of the screen, you can see Hekamovic and the linesman in the way. The rule is you can carry the puck in behind you if you have control of it, but there was no control of the puck there.
2 minutes to go in regulation. 4-3 Mississauga. Puck cleared in. Petrozalik will get there first, but the clear-in attempt came from the wrong side of center ice.
Gilbert's really got his team motivated. They did have a little lapse and a breakdown in the third period. It's getting late in a game of 3 games this weekend, and you can see that this team has grit. They're working hard. They're not giving up. They've got a lot of pride on that bench.
Now, when they were down 4-1, it looked like lights out, but not so much. And they've had great success in the last 5 years at home against Mississauga, going 15-0-2. Puck is underneath Jordan Owens, and the face-off as a result will come outside the 67's blue line, and we'll start to look towards goaltender Anthony Guadagnolo to see when he might be removed.
A minute and 45 seconds left here in the third period. 67's want to get the puck in deep, give the opportunity to get that goalie out of the net.
Petrozalek awaits. Pachezny stepped up in the neutral zone, but it does roll. Kaspar, Petrozalek, low shot on the short side. Owen shovels it out. Staubitz backpedaling. And Kerry, Petrozalek, and Kaspar, who's been dangerous all game. Long shot, and that's all right, I would guess, if you're Ottawa, because they get an important draw deep in the end where they'd like it. And here comes the goaltender for an extra attacker with $1:20 to go.
Exactly. 67s get the puck in deep. There's nothing wrong with taking a face-off in the offensive zone. It actually gives the 67 time to set up for a set play off of the face-off. Extra attacker on the ice. 50-39 for Mississauga in the face-offs tonight. They've been very good. Contributed to some key goals in this game off face-offs. The one thing I've noticed about Greg Gilbert's team is defensemen are closing the gap through the neutral zone so well, making it very difficult for the 67s to gain any momentum coming through the neutral zone. Now that they're in their own end of the ice, they need to focus on winning a face-off and what their assignments are going to be.
Well, timeout has been called. No surprise in the late stages. It was 2-1 entering the period. Mississauga with goals 38 seconds apart, or 31 seconds apart here in the third. Snetzinger and Butera. And replying back for Ottawa, Ouellette and Chris Hewlett set the stage for an exciting finish. The last two Sundays, we've been highly entertained, John, in this building.
No question about it. This is a great hockey town, and it's been a fun game to watch tonight.
Talbot wins a key draw against O'Sullivan. Mancari was by himself with a little room in front. Quincy backhands it right into Hewlett. The Ottawa net is empty. Butera chops it to Hekamovic, and Hekamovic will play it to the open wing. O'Sullivan shovels it deep in the zone. We're into the final minute of regulation. Staubitz, rink wide, off the skate of Mancari. Talbot runs into O'Sullivan. Colbert trying to move across center. McGinn chops at it, but it's offside with 38.5 seconds remaining.
McGinn trying to get it in deep in the offensive end of the ice, but Talbot did win the faceoff in the offensive zone, especially after having the timeout. You set things up. Mississauga was a little out of control, didn't quite pick up exactly who they wanted. Faceoff so key.
Cody Bass worked hard on the wing to chop it down the ice. Those are the little plays that help you win. McGinn off of Bass. And Ottawa can't gain control of the Mississauga zone. And this might do it. Bass with an empty net? No. Still 15 seconds left, but they've got to go end to end. 200 feet to do it. Here comes Mancari, a rolling puck. Steered in behind the net. Schatz will handle it himself. Mancari knocks it down. Hewlett's alone in front. Kaspar right on as the buzzer goes. And David Schatz with a big key save as the buzzer ends the contest. Mississauga wins their 6th in a row and extends their season-high unbeaten ways to 8.
And a terrific job by Kaspar to keep the puck in at the blue line. It's poked out, Kaspar comes in. It's a one-time shot right through all that traffic. I'm amazed that the puck got through. As the time's winding down, the puck will get through. Schatz will make a right leg save, or left leg save, excuse me, as time expires.
David Schatz turned aside 49 Ottawa shots for a second consecutive win and goal. And the Ice Dogs are red hot at the right time. Play of the game brought to you by Ackland's Granger. More of what's important to you, and this was awfully important to the Ice Dogs' success.
Anthony Butera with his 16th goal of the year, the game winner in a 4-3 game. So important to jump up in the play. Butera has been doing it all season long. He's been dominant for those Ice Dogs defensively, and a leader. Good to see the young guy getting the goal.